Yeah, Team Jesus. Listen, we're all one team,
That's
one song,
right.
one band, all the things.
As
All
long as we have King Jesus.
we don't need nobody. Hilarious. Well, thank you for spending some time with us. We really appreciate it. We want to know how you got started in this. Let's kick off. How did you get attached to such a great film? We totally enjoyed it. How did you
Yeah.
become the producer, and what impact did it have on you?
Well, first of all, thank you, Kim, for taking this interview. It's very important that our community hear about this story because it's an important story, as you know.
It is.
John Shepard, who is a really good friend of mine, was is partners with Cyrus Narasser, our writer director, and his wife Betsy. And so they had just started writing this script, and they said, "Hey, we're gonna come back to you when we have it all together, and we'd like for you to be a part of it." And it's an incredible story. And I
Mhm.
got the script, and the script was absolutely breathtaking. I mean, just from page one, you just didn't want to put it down. And
Right.
quite honestly, I was a bit embarrassed because I didn't know that story. I was like, how is it that I don't know this story? But I will make sure, at least within my influence, that everybody that can see it will
Mhm.
see it and will know about this story. And I have a 7-year-old daughter who I felt like, if at the age of 11, Sarah Rector could do what she did, we need more positive role models.
Yeah.
And as a filmmaker, I need to be able, it's my job to do that for our community. And so
Yeah.
that's what, made me want to be a part of it. And that's why I am talking to you, because beyond making the film, we now need eyeballs to see the film.
Exactly, because we need more people to know. I mean, that's one of our, I think that's like our marching order as
Right.
viewers to like, okay, the jig is up, the secret's out, and now let's spread the word.
That's exactly right. And
Yeah,
that's why that's part of your ministry, right?
exactly. That's why we're
It's
here.
like
Tell the
it's a
team.
team effort.
Exactly,
That's the
exactly.
team Jesus part.
Period. Exactly, exactly. So listen, I'm not 11, okay, clearly, but I would not know
Maybe
what
15.
uh, carry the one. Okay, carry the one. I would not know what to do with rapid wealth. And it is
Mm,
amazing as we watch the film how a little girl in that time pursuing what she believed was oil, and
hmm
she has this influx of wealth. Talk to us about how her faith helped her to handle that pressure, because many people could not handle instantaneous wealth. You wake up one
hmm
morning, you strike gold, you strike oil.
hmm
How do you believe her faith helped her to manage the chaos and the
hmm
pressure of the wealth?
I think her faith played an enormous role in how she was able to be steadfast, unmovable,
Yeah.
and she was obedient to the small voice that she heard, that
Hmm.
she knew, in spite of what was being told to her, that there was oil under that ground, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And because her mission was not just the oil, the oil was a means in which she needed to be able to further help her community, which she did beyond the age of 11.
So,
So I think God, her steps were ordered, but she also had a very strong mother and father.
hmm.
Though they didn't have the level of education,
Yeah.
they were also people of faith, and they were very strong believers, um, and people of value. And
Mm.
so I think the combination of her community, along with her faith, is what navigated her through that time and ultimately got her to where she was and the success she had.
Exactly. It's so amazing how, her mom rolls with something else. She was maybe a quiet storm, a quiet strength, and her father was there by her side protecting her. But you know what I noticed, Mr. Derrick? It was this. There was an unsung hero in the film for
Mm,
me, and that was Sarah's teacher. Now,
yeah.
you have been mentored by great people like TD Jakes, etc. Tell us what you believe is important to who speaks into your life, who mentors you.
Yeah, I think mentorship is very important, and I think we all need mentorship. There's someone, and you have to be very selective and intentional about who it is that person that speaks into your life, because everyone doesn't have your best, your best well-being.
Yeah.
And so I think Sarah's teacher certainly was someone that certainly helped her in that process, doing that,
Yeah.
during a time where it didn't seem like, there was a lot of support for people of color during that time period, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Mhm.
And that was a mentor in education, but she also had a spiritual a mentor, and she had, friends, other types of mentors. And so I think it's important for us to be able to do that, but be very careful and be very selective about the mentors that we do have, that we do choose to speak into our lives, because I believe that words have power. And if
So
if someone is speaking the wrong type of power to you, and giving you that fear of doubt, then imagine what would have happened if someone was saying, to Sarah, that's too big for an 11-year-old young lady. Then
exactly.
then maybe that would have impacted her, the outcome of the success that she's had. But thank God that she did have the right mentorships. And so I'm a big fan and an advocate for mentorship.
Definitely. I totally agree. Life and death is in the power of that tongue. And
That's
whoever
right.
is speaking over you, that's the seed that's going to be planted. So in addition to the mentors around her, in the film, we saw the importance of community. How important was community in this film?
We're better together than we are apart. No one is, good at everything. And
Right.
so community is important. And I think we have gotten away from community.
Hmm.
And I think the times that we're living in, is certainly saying that it's time for us to really come together, because division is never anything that can be helpful for a community. And so the movie, we was really intentional about showing that, the community coming together, because it takes that larger village, like we
Hmm.
used to say, to
Yeah.
to raise a kid, and to help to move a given project, or a given issue along. And so Sarah was also very obedient and very good about uh, coming together and choosing her village as well. She was really good at networking,
Hmm.
and I think
Was.
um, it's really important, and it's an art form that we have kind of strayed away from. But I think it's something that is really important, and I hope that we did a really good job of showing that, we're better together than we are apart. But also understanding when it's time to lead and when it's time to listen.
Mhm.
Because a good leader can listen,
Yeah.
and listen
Yes.
to someone that may have information that can help to move that agenda along in
Yeah.
a very positive way, right? And
Mhm.
there's so many examples of that in the Bible.
Yeah.
From Abraham and Moses, and
Hmm.
so yeah, yeah, I think that's very good. I'm glad that very smart question. I'm glad you asked it. Hopefully, I gave you a good answer.
That was great. Yes, that was definitely great. We're going to bring the community together and briefly share how important is it for the community to come together November 7th and share the film. What do
Yeah,
you need?
because these kind of movies, taking nothing away from the action movies, because I love a good action movie,
Yeah, I do
but
too.
in this time, in everything that's going on in our world,
Yeah.
we could use some inspiration. We could use some hope. And when you look at what Sarah was facing in the early 1900s, when the laws were not in our favor, but she prevailed, she did not allow the circumstances of what was in front of her to take her off course and
Yeah.
accomplish her goal. We need that right now, right? We need to
Really.
be focused. We
Yeah.
What we see in front of us doesn't necessarily mean what the outcome is going to be, and God got us. and
Hmm.
we'll win if we don't quit. But we have to get out there and support these films so we can do more of these type of movies. So
Yep.
November 7th is really, really important that we go out and support so we can do and tell more of these life-changing stories.
Awesome. Well, we're going to be there. We're bringing the team to the theaters. We thank you so much, Mr. Derrick. This has been a great interview. I appreciate it. Great film. And we're going to definitely spread the word and get the community out. So thank you again.